All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Mr. Flatface, the man of many faces and even more opinions. I always have an opinion when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 edition. Except for this time, I kind of want to actually just more have a talk with you guys, explain my thoughts on this game, because there's something that's been like kind of just etched in the back of my mind, and that's I paid full price for a game that feels like a free-to-play game. And I am not the only one that's thinking this. It really feels like you could put anywhere that this is free-to-play, and I would not notice the difference. Because why? Well, everything about my game looks the same as the actual free-to-play games of Warzone and DMZ. Every aspect of the way my game looks is the same as their game. Everything about my game is the same as their game. The only difference is the Warzone players didn't pay for a campaign, which is the same as every other COD campaign. It's going to be over-the-top action, and if you like that, that's fine. Personally, I've not played a COD campaign since Call of Duty Kevin Spacey, and I don't intend to ever again. I buy COD for the multiplayer experience, not for the Battle Royale. Yet, I keep feeling like I've been ripped off this year. I've been fine with it every other year. Vanguard sucked. I played it for 2 weeks and I never touched it again. Yet somehow, I didn't feel as ripped off by that one. Cold War, apparently everybody hated. I had a lot of fun in it. I don't know why, but I just enjoyed the cartooniness and the chaoticness that it was. I also enjoyed the fact that no matter how I did, I always was able to get a kill streak at some point. And I didn't feel ripped off. Even though everybody else hated Cold War, I didn't feel ripped off. Modern Warfare 2019, I played that game so much, so I didn't feel ripped off. I'm feeling ripped off in this one, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to kind of explore that feeling. And if you can relate to that, then let me know why. But for me, personally, it just feels like I bought a free-to-play game. Imagine your friend gets Clash of Clans and it's free. And then you go to get Clash of Clans, but you want to play this one specific campaign mode, and you have to pay a full price for it. Even though that mode is subpar beyond belief, it's just what interested you. You have to pay full price for it. That's what this feels like. It feels like I wanted to play multiplayer, so I got ripped off because everything about multiplayer seems to be directing you to go play Warzone. From the ad campaign stating, hey, buy our game to level up for Warzone 2.0. Right off the bat, that's a slap to the COD community's face that wants to play multiplayer. Right off the bat. They're saying, we don't give a crap about you. Go play Warzone. That's the one that we get to make money in. That's what we want you to go play.
Oh, they don't make that much money off Warzone?
They make so much money off Warzone. If anybody ever convinced you otherwise, well, I'm sorry they led you astray. A company like Activision, with how greedy Activision is and how much they want their hand in your wallet, they're not going to keep making a game mode that doesn't bring them money. People buy skins that are broken. Why do you think the Rose skin came out and it was invisible? Simply to drive up the price of the friggin' Rose skin. It was so people would go buy the Rose skin. Wasn't accidentally released that way, and if you could believe that, you're just so broken. Because what are the odds that there's so many skins that get broken a year? Every Call of Duty since 2019 has had broken skins. Skins that are invisible from a certain range, skins that can't be seen, skins that blend in with the background or the floor or the dark shadows. That's intentional. They want you to go buy it, and then you go buy it, and then they nerf it. But then what happens right after they nerf it? Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. They break something else by accident, an unintended consequence to the patch. All of a sudden, they fix the Rose skin, and this gun can shoot through walls. Anybody who played Vanguard can attest to the LMGs being able to shoot through the entire shipment map. Every single shipment container, every single dumpster could be shot through if you had this one gun, which came out as a blueprint, and then you attached one single attachment, the FMJ or whatever it was called in Vanguard. And you could all of a sudden shoot through the entire map right into spawn. You didn't even have to try to aim. You just sat in a corner and just unloaded 200 rounds into another corner, and you got so many kills. That was intentional. You can't convince me it's not, because then they have it happen every single COD ever. Modern Warfare 2019, same thing. LMG, you could play on that map. I always forget what it is. It's like a warehouse. You could sit in your spawn and literally shoot through the entire map into the other spawn and kill people right off the bat. That's all intentional, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really starting to feel like we are just being stupidly manipulated. There's a conspiracy theory going around right now about, halfway through a match, if you're doing too good, they start to nerf your ping and they make your latency worse and all that stuff. And it's not just me or other people saying, it's hundreds and thousands of people saying, hey, there's something up with the matchmaking. When I do really good, all of a sudden I do really bad for the next half of the game. I personally have had games where I'm 25-1, and all of a sudden I will literally can't hit the broadside of a barn. I've uploaded the gameplays to this channel. I just haven't talked about the topic. Most of the time you'll see it on shootouts where I do really good for the first, 6 to 7 minutes of the game. I'll be like 50-0 or whatever, 50-20 or whatever you want to call it. You can go back and watch it. And then all of a sudden, for the next 4 or 5 minutes, I die nonstop. I can't move. I can't go anywhere. I'm spawning in front of enemies. I'm constantly in the enemy's sight lines. I'm not just spawning like in front of the enemy. No, I'm spawning with their barrel up my butt, and they're just working my mouth like a puppet. They're just firing away, and I'm dying. So there has to be some granule of truth to that theory. We'll see what happens. I'm sure somebody smarter than me will deep dive some like metadata and figure it all out. But I'm saying, like, we have come as a consumer to expect a certain level of quality, and I'm not feeling that quality in this game. Does it look nice? Sure. But if you actually walked around the map, how many reused assets are in that map? Go to Embassy and find the flower pots, the little blue flowers. Go count them. You'll be shocked. Go look at how many of the exact same RV. I remember when everybody first saw the RV with the bullet holes in the hood, and they're like, oh my God, it's the Breaking Bad RV. There's like freaking 20 of them on that map alone. And then any RV in the rest of the game is the exact same RV. Go look. They just literally copied and pasted assets all around. The fire truck is the same fire truck no matter where you are. The fire truck in Mexico on the border is the same fire truck in Greenberg, Amsterdam. That's the level of lazy we have gotten, ladies and gentlemen. That is the level of polish we got. And I relate this 100% to sports games because that's the same thing they do in sports games. Go watch Angry Joe's reviews on Madden, but I'll talk personally about NHL. And the NHL games are brutal. They don't update the crowd for years. The crowd from 2014 is the same crowd in 2018. They just add different signs. The arenas are the same all the way through, but the arenas don't change that much in real life, Mr. Flatface. Why can't they reuse the arenas? Oh, they're more than welcome to, and they do. But what they don't do is update any of the graphics in the game. So the ice is the same ice. The players look the exact same, but then the stands are all low resolution people. The walls are low resolution. Anything beyond the glass is laughably low resolution. Why? Because they don't care. They don't care. They know that the people that are buying the game are going to work their way into Hut, and once they get into Hut, they're going to drop a few bucks here or there. Pack's not that expensive for new players. Just like a skin in Call of Duty isn't that expensive. It's only $10 to have a broken skin for a month. If you pay me $10, I'll let that skin be invisible for a month. Just pay me, though. And if you don't pay me, well, you're going to get into a lot of lobbies with that said broken skin. Pay me $5, I'll give you this gun that can shoot through walls nonstop. And if you pay me an extra $5, I'll include this other skin that is invisible from 55 meters. That's what Call of Duty's kind of turned into, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a constant cycle year after year, but this one's laughably bad. From the fire trucks being the same, the car models being the exact same, the maps being absolutely terrible. They were so lazy, they just copied real world locations and are now facing 3 copyright strikes.
Oh, but they're not.
They are. It's just working through the process. We already lost Museum right off the bat. Right off the bat, we lost a part of the game immediately. And they just slipped it under the radar. Did they give you anything for it? Nah. Did they make up for it in any way? Nah. Did they give us any new map to fill it in? No. They just said, well, we did it. Go play Warzone. And that's what we did. We just carried on like the idiots we are, the little sheep that keep paying the money. And I'm one of them. I'm not calling you out if you enjoy the game. I enjoy the game sometimes too. But I'm a person who documents things on YouTube, and I'm documenting my thoughts on this game to see if it improves or gets worse through a time. I'm expecting it to get worse. Like Overwatch 2, they're going to do some stupid shit like putting these things behind a paywall and then saying it's for quality of life. It's for improving the game experience. It's to bring diversity to the game. What we fail to realize is these companies have multi-million-dollar marketing teams that are going to market things in a way that makes it seem like, oh, it's a good thing for me. I like the fact that Overwatch 2 has heroes locked behind the paywall in the future. It's going to be good. It's going to create diverse gameplay. No, it's going to create you getting mad at a player who's paid money to then have a pay-to-win skin. If Diablo Immortal taught us literally anything, it's that people will pay millions of dollars to feel like they're strong in a game, even though all it is artificially inflated skill. You can be terrible and pay a lot of money and all of a sudden drop a lot of freaking kills or win a lot of games. And I have a feeling Call of Duty's going the same way. At this point, they're Activision Call of Duty. Give us the game for free. Slap on a price tag on anything. You want to play this map? $10. You want that gun? $2. I wouldn't be surprised at this point if it turns out that there is that whole like in mid-match they just nerf your stuff thing. I wouldn't be shocked. I saw a parody TikTok yesterday about like, oh, they're adding skill-based matchmaking tokens to Call of Duty. I wouldn't be shocked if Activision saw that and went, hey, that's a good idea. I'm just feeling a little suckered this year, guys. That's all I'm getting at. And if you are too, let me know in the comments down below. And until then, please leave a like, comment, maybe consider subscribing, and have a happy holidays. I've been your host, Mr. Flatface, man of many faces, even more opinions. And I always have an opinion when it comes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 edition. And this time, my opinion is that I feel a little cheated. My wallet's a little lighter, and I got ripped off. Until next time, guys. Bye.